Manuela's in a tough spot, Professor. Even if she's only got herself to blame, we cannot abandon her.
We have plenty of visitors today. Let's stop their annoying rescue attempt.
Now that is a woman.
Uh-oh, they've noticed me. Here they come.
Hello there, everyone. Space Oyster here, and welcome to an extracurricular activity for the Golden Deer. This one's centered around the twin professors, Hanneman and Manuela. Well, they're not really twins. Hanneman is 15 years older, but that is not the point here, folks. The point here is that only a few of the units, or a few of the students in the class are allowed to join because so few of them can stand to be in Professor Hanneman and Manuela's presence at the exact same time, especially when they're constantly bickering. So Professor Easy Rum's choices to bring along and assist the other two, to assist her co-workers, is naturally very, very, well thought out. For you see, Professor Easy Rum needs to be able to assist Manuela as quickly as she can. Since she's in a bit of a tight spot, as you have noticed, she's starting off far away from the class. This is because she decided to rush off in pursuit of revenge. Manuela is quite the spiteful harpy.
Was that helpful?
Quite the apt analogy given her singing background. In any case, we've already gotten a good start off with Professor Hanneman giving the rest of the class stride, so that way they can move forward farther, and they are sweeping up these enemies lickety-split. And naturally, being in advanced classes with good battalions, the class is able to make short work of these easy enemies. Or I should say weak enemies, relatively weak. Although that mercenary there is going to be a bit of a problem if Hanneman stays in his range. Also, you may have noticed that Professor Hanneman is in a new class. Now he is a warlock instead of a whatever it's called. I think he was a mage before, and Professor Manuela likewise has changed classes. She is now a mage. She had a late start, but she is working on getting her Fiendish Blow, that's the name of the skill. Sorry, very forgetful. It has been a while, folks. Well, not too long, but long enough. In any case, the class is making great strides to reach Manuela in time. This is a defeat boss objective, so they could have rushed to the boss instead, but it's safer to pursue Manuela. And now let's see what they got planned next. It looks like Hanneman's going to use the long range of his magic to deal with this mage.
Should have studied harder.
Yes, they are definitely showing good teamwork despite lacking Shamir and Ingrid. Oh, right, I forgot to mention last time, Shamir was unavailable for the last event. She called in sick. But she is here now, if only as an adjutant for Raphael. And while Professor Easy Rum would have liked to have brought her along, there wasn't enough deployment slots.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
Chances to grow are always good, Easy Rum. And she's putting herself in position to be healed by Hanneman. And with a dance from Petra, he'll be able to do that immediately.
I am greater now.
Indeed you are, Petra, although your stats are no longer relevant. And Hanneman's making good use of the staves that Ingrid normally carries. With her healing staff and magic staff, he is able to deal plenty of damage and heal wounds well. Oof. It's so difficult to English sometimes, folks. So difficult to English sometimes indeed.
It was was a good try.
And seeing more experienced professors navigate this school year, and between recording these for the Golden Deer, I can now safely say that Professor EasyRum's poor menu navigation gets on my nerves. But that's not important right now. What is important right now is that Professor EasyRum is attempting to take this bandit out. Thanks to being a wyvern rider, she is quite speedy.
As expected.
Alrighty. And then Riff Raff will take out this armored knight. He's working hard to master Grappler. Then he'll have the fierce Iron Fist. Nothing quite says badass like punching your enemies to death. Well, I guess there are a few other things that say badass better than that.
Sorry about that.
Alright, and now Marianne has to be careful on her approach. If she's not able to defeat this archer, then the archer will defeat her. Alrighty, well it looks like Claude here could help out with that archer, although he needs to be careful. Because while he has a mini bow in his inventory to attack at one range, mini bows are not able to double if the unit using them is only able to attack from one range, or attacks from close range. It's a very weird system.
It's not luck, it's fate.
Of course, Claude is able to just one-shot that archer.
Progress suits me well.
He has grown to be quite the capable fighter. Although one has to wonder how much work he is doing and how much work the wyvern is doing for him. And now the tricky part. Shall Marianne move forward and try to deal with that bandit? It looks like yes, she is, and she's also going to attempt to equip Claude with his iron bow, so that way if he does get attacked, he won't be taking as much. Now, Professor Manuela would like to finish that enemy off, but she cannot quite reach. Very unfortunate.
Was that helpful?
Very helpful indeed, Marianne. You are an asset to the team. Alrighty, let's see here. Now that the class has reunited with Manuela, all they have to do is focus on keeping her and Hanneman safe as they proceed to defeat the boss. Fortunately, with 3 wyvern riders in the group and Manuela's ability to warp, only once per map, but that's all you need when you're a good, brilliant strategist like EasyRum, then it's no problem at all.
I'm sorry.
Manuela also has the ever-useful ward spell.
Getting stronger all the time.
Well, I mean, it's ever useful for her, since she can use it to get free experience whenever she wants. It's not so useful for its main use, which is boosting an ally's resistance. And Riff Raff there, taking advantage of the grappler's unique ability to move through terrain unencumbered. I believe unencumbered is the right word. I don't know. English is difficult, folks. English is very difficult. It's a garbage language. Don't bother with it. Alright, but now the class has to figure out how they're going to deal with those Pegasus Knights. Enemy Pegasus Knights are really, really tedious. But I do believe a good approach for dealing with those Pegasus Knights would be Marianne. If she gets off her wyvern, she does not need to worry about the enemies coming after her. Does Raphael no longer have... very interesting. Alright, and Hanneman didn't try to attack that grappler either. These are some very strange moves from Professor EasyRum. I think she's losing it a bit.
I
Marianne has not lost her touch. Did you see the size of that damage output, folks? Very massive indeed. Looks like the rest of the class is moving in to support Riff Raff as he uses his face to draw the enemy in.
Missed.
Well now, that was quite effective and even dodged. Very, very useful, folks. The Pegasus Knights are moving in, so the class needs to act smart, or be smart about dealing with them. Marianne.
I'm really sorry.
Marianne taking advantage of her magical sword to score easy kills against a otherwise very difficult to damage enemy. And now it's Riff Raff's turn to deal with the archer. He leaves him in range of the Pegasus Knight, but he should be durable enough to handle her.
Sword.
And Manuela's got a lot of catching up to do if she wants to master mage and be useful to the team. Although she's already doing that. She knows how to warp. But still, having the fiendish blow in her repertoire is never a bad thing.
Good assist.
It'll allow her to be able to deal with offensive or deal with enemies as well as warp people around. Alrighty, looks like both of the Pegasus Knights are in range.
Won that.
Very good job, Riff Raff. Now can Marianne deal with the other Pegasus Knight? I doubt it. Pegasus Knights are known for being very resisty. Looks like she's just going to stand there to provide support for Claude, who will get the true, actual, genuine, real kill. And Easy Rum is going to take care of this problematic mage if she can. Don't use that brave bow too much, Claude. You might need it later.
That's the golden deer.
Well,
for
then
you.
again, you could always get it repaired. Alright, so it looks like the Easy Rum's evil plan is to have Raphael soften up the Pegasus Knight. He probably has a bow in his inventory, but he doesn't have curved shot anymore. Oh no, he doesn't have a bow either. Oh wait, he does have a bow, but it looks like she wants Riff Raff to fist him down. And thankfully that Swordmaster is not able to deal with Riff Raff. It looks like the enemies are wising up to the class's movements. They are coming in. Be careful, Golden Deer. Looks like Easy Rum wants to find a good spot to move. Oh, looks like she's targeting this sniper specifically. And I wonder why.
That is that. I still have much to learn.
Well, learning Axe Breaker is good enough. And a rapier, oh my goodness. So rapiers are very useful weapons. With their 40 durability and good might, they are very handy to have around. But more importantly than that, they deal effective damage to armored units and cavalry. A 2-in-1 bargain on one weapon. Always handy to have. And it means that Easy Rum can keep that rapier in her inventory and be able to deal with those enemy types, while also keeping her combat arts free for dealing with other types of enemies. Flexibility, folks. It's very handy. Alright, and
It's not luck. It's fate.
Raff? No. Claude. Looks like he's using his ability to fly to pick off pick off problematic enemies while Riffraff rushes ahead to tries to rush ahead so he can get some experience for himself. He is definitely desperate to master Grappler. And the more experience he gets, the more experience Shamir gets. She'll finally be able to master Sniper. Both are useful classes to have mastered.
Appreciate it.
Alrighty. And rather than continuing to take pot shots at the enemies over the cliffside, it looks like our Wyvern Riders... Yeah, it looks like our Wyvern Riders are opting to stick with the group. And keep themselves equipped properly in order to help their allies out better with supports. Alrighty here, let's see. And Riffraff is able to take out this assassin. Their strength tends to be a bit on the lower side, comparatively speaking, but they are very, very speedy. I would never expect to be able to deal with a Wyvern Rider, or sorry, an assassin easily. Well, not on raw stats alone. Alrighty, and it looks like Petra and Manuela are working together to move forward. Although Easy Rum is getting a bit click happy. If she's not careful, she's accidentally going to select something she doesn't want. And it looks like Professor Easy Rum was confident in Riffraff's ability to take that on.
I'm good at training.
And now that Raphael has mastered Grappler, he has the Fierce Iron Fist. Fierce Iron Fist is a very, very strong ability. What it'll do, or combat art I should say, what it'll do is it'll allow Raphael to hit 3 times in a row before the enemy does. Or, yeah, before the enemy can counterattack. When applied properly, it'll allow him to take down just about anything. Alright, and Professor Hanneman's gonna risk taking on that brawler.
Like a book.
Very, very risky considering they all have Tomebreaker. But fortunately it did work out, as you have already noticed, no doubt. No doubt indeed.
Much obliged.
And Professor Manuela there getting in some experience training, although she should have equipped a knowledge gem first. But Riffraff is going to fix that up for her. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Alrighty, with just a few enemies left to deal with, Professor Hanneman and Manuela's extracurricular activity is nearly taken care of. Although it'll take Professor Manuela quite a bit to master Mage, I wouldn't expect her to be quite a good offensive unit until then, but hopefully she'll be good enough.
An unfair match.
Meanwhile, Professor Hanneman is already kicking names and taking ass as a powerful warlock. And looks like Easy Rum wants to continue to use Riffraff as bait. The sturdy boy is definitely good for that. Alrighty then. the rest of the class surrounding Riffraff, he shouldn't be in any danger. Any danger at all, although he did just take an axe to the face. The enemy didn't make an axe pun, which is unfortunate.
We are the death.
Oh, that is a bad position, Marianne. What are you doing there? Fortunately, she dodged it all. She is doing quite well for herself. Although Professor Easyrum's going to need to get out of the way.
You fought well.
Fought well indeed, but was it well enough? Only time will tell.
Hey, thanks.
Now to see if Manuela is able to deal with this. Oh, wait, never mind. Manuela's not going to deal with the boss. Looks like Hanneman's gonna finish the job.
There is no death knight here. That student's testimony was, well, it was utter bunk.
Hey, you, the weird old dude with a beard. What kind of crap are you mumbling to yourself there?
I beg your pardon. Do not imagine you can insult me without some form of retribution. Aha! A weak point!
Well now, Professor Hanneman does not take kindly to insults.
There is much to learn from battle.
You're incredible.
Manuela, are you uninjured?
A few scrapes and bruises, but yes, I'm well enough.
Alright, and that is everything, folks. Thank you all for watching. We will see you all next time.